Welcome. My name is Grace, and this yoga class is for lower back pain. This is going to be a gentle class where we combine a little bit of strength with a little bit of yin yoga. The strength is because we need to strengthen the muscles around the areas of the low back in order to improve the pain, because this is probably being caused by muscles that are not strong enough to support us in various areas of our body in our core area. And so we will work a little bit with that today, but we'll also work on just the relaxation portion of it, being able to open the connective tissue and breathe into the fascia so that we can open any restrictions or energy blockages today. So I'd like for you to have a couple of cushions if you have, or pillows, a couple of blocks, and maybe a strap as well if that's something that you have handy. You might not really need the strap, so it's not absolutely necessary. I'm just looking for mine. But just having it just in case we end up using it today if you need it for your body. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started by just sitting up nice and tall in a comfortable position. I like to offer easy pose or sukhasana, where you just take one foot, bring it into the perineal area or the center of the body, and then bring the other foot right in front of it. You can also turn this into half lotus or lotus if that's in your practice. And everyone else, let's just sit up nice and tall in the cross-legged or easy pose posture. Or whatever posture is right for your body. I'd like for you to start taking some deep breaths into your belly. Opening the mouth, releasing. Breathing into the belly big like a balloon. And then opening the mouth and just letting that go. Good. Breathe into the belly. And maybe let it out with a sigh. Maybe take a little shake and just let your body and your mind and your heart arrive here, right now, in this moment. So just breathing into the body right now. Hello and welcome. My name is Grace. This is a 60-minute gentle yoga class to help you with the lower back pain so that we can really open into the hamstrings, the spine, and just allow any pain that you might be feeling in your lower back area to dissipate. Something that I want to point out is that if we only do softer exercise every single day, we will end up with pain in our body because we do need to work our muscles. So the yin yoga practice is not about muscle activation. So this class is going to incorporate some yin postures, but we will also have a little bit of strength. Everything will be very gentle, so it's accessible to anyone, even if you're just starting out. And to get started, we'll just sit up nice and tall in whatever comfortable position you like. I'd like to offer you a couple of options. So you can stick your feet off to the side if you like. This is one option for people who are unable to sit in a cross-legged position. Another option is and you can always use cushions for your knees or support. You can just sit on your heels. We call this Vajrasana. And another option is to sit cross-legged. So this is probably one of the most popular ways to sit in a yoga practice, is to just cross the feet over on top one of another. And I use a cushion or a block to elevate my spine, and I just rest my hands on my knees. The last option that you have is that you can do easy pose or sukhasana, and you just pull your right heel into your perineal area and then pull your left heel to join right in front. You can also create half lotus from this or the full lotus if that's in your practice. And I just wanted to share those with you because especially if you're experiencing lower back pain, whenever you do this seated meditation, you want to be comfortable. So please, if you're not comfortable in seated meditation, don't do it, right? Like, if you are not comfortable seating like this, then just lay down. You can put your feet on the floor. You can lay down in a full position, laying down. In fact, I'll just show you. You lay down and you put like a cushion underneath your knees like so. Right? Or you can support your head with the cushion, or you can leave the cushion over to the side, keep the low back on the floor, and just rest like this. Okay, so now that you're comfortable in your seated or laying down position, let's go ahead and begin. So we'll sit up nice and tall. We can rest the hands on the knees, face down or up. And we'll begin by connecting with the breath. So you'll breathe into your belly, let it get big like a balloon, and then open your mouth and just release the breath. Breathing into the belly, sighing it out. Maybe a little bit of movement. Just arriving in this space, arriving with this breath, getting ready to release, getting ready to get a little stronger, be able to support our body a little bit better. Taking a breath into your belly and now into the sides of your body and your rib cage. So we expand through the full lower belly. Good. Maybe we take the breath a little deeper. Breathe into your belly, breathe into your rib cage, maybe come up into your chest and your lungs now. So expand through your whole torso. Letting it out through the nose or through the mouth. Breathing in and out. Taking the breath all the way up now. So we breathe to the belly, the ribs, the lungs, and the head. And then we let everything go through the nose or the mouth. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in and out, in and out. Keep going. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart center in Anjali Mudra. And just slightly bringing the chin towards the chest to nod the head, bow the head. Taking a moment now to set an intention for our practice. So may this yoga practice help to heal and strengthen my mind, my body, and my spirit. Maybe you have some other intentions for yourself right now, and I'd love for you to go ahead and speak those to yourself, either out loud or silently in your own mind. Why are you here? We'll gently begin to blink the eyes open, slowly letting the light in. Taking a breath or two, a little movement. Good. And just to wake up the spine, start to make a little bit of swaying back and forth. Good. Just a little bit of movement in your body. And then we'll inhale, raise the arms up above the head, maybe look up to the sky. And exhale, raise the arms, lower the arms back down. Fingertips come down to the floor. So you breathe and scooping in the air. And exhale, just releasing back down, palms face down to the earth. Breathing out. Let's do 3 more. So we breathe in, looking up. And out, coming all the way down. Good. 2 more. This time, inhale up. And interlace the fingers, connect the thumbs, send the palms up to the sky. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here. So we breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Shoulders are away from the ears. Relaxed down. And as you breathe in and out, you might touch the tongue to the roof of the mouth and listen to the breath in your throat using your Ujjayi breath. Last 2 breaths. Good. Release your hands. And I'm going to go ahead and move so that you can see the back of my body as I do this. You might not need your cushion anymore anyway. So just taking your hands behind your back now, interlacing the fingers, and beginning to make some movement here. Maybe the palms touch one another. Maybe you're able to come into an even fuller opening of the chest here. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, drop your head towards the earth. Inhale, raise your head back up. And what I want you to do, if you have cushions or blocks, use your cushions and your blocks for support, right? We can take a little movement as we inhale. Exhale, bring the forehead to the pillow. You can maybe move a little side to side and get a little bit more out of this. We're going to do this 3 more times. Inhale, open up through your shoulders and your chest, shine your heart. And then exhale forward. Try to bring the hands towards the head. Make a little movement, open through your shoulders and your chest and your armpit. Good. And again. Good. And I'm going to do this one time without the cushions. Try to keep your butt on the floor. And just open up through your chest. So breathing in, coming all the way up, and then reach the hands back behind you. You can bring your feet onto the floor and just take an opening of your chest and your shoulders here. So send your hips forward as much as you can. And then open up through your armpit. Breathe. You can use your Ujjayi breath or just breathe. Really, it's most important that you're breathing. Breathe into the sensations. You can always take a little bit of micro movement if you feel that will be helpful when you're doing any of the practice of yoga with me. I want you to always be thinking about your own needs, just using me as a guide and an invitation to move your body today, to connect with your breath, to refocus your mind, to heal. Taking one last breath here. Good, and then we're going to go ahead and come forward with our hands. So the feet are forward in front of you, and I'm going to bring my hands down to this area of my ankle, or in between the lower part of my legs. So it's above my ankle and below my knee, right in the middle there, and I'm grabbing on. And you might grab in a different area. Maybe it's lower for you, maybe it's higher for you, but I want you to kind of grab around this area in your body, whatever works. And we're going to do a little bit of like cat-cow type movement. So we inhale, arch the spine, heart comes forward, look up. We exhale, we roll the spine back, tuck the chin down, breathe out through the back of the heart. Inhale, roll forward, arch the spine, look up. And exhale, back and down. Inhale and exhale. And you move as slowly or as fast as you like. We're going to do this a few more times, so just in tune with your own body, with your own sensation. Rocking the boat, or rowing the boat, I should say. Breathing into your neck, breathing into your chest. Just a few more of these. Wonderful. And then now coming to cross-legged, we're going to do a little bit of twisting. So just breathing in, raise the arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to twist to your left. You're going to bring your left hand down to the floor behind you. If you don't reach the floor, you can always use a cushion or a block. And as you do this, both of your hips are anchored down to the floor, and you inhale, lift the top of the head to come up towards the sky. And as you exhale, pull your belly button in and begin to twist, looking over your shoulders. So twisting from above your rib cage. Breathing, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, suck the belly in and twist, look over the shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to suck your belly in and twist. 2 more like this. Good. Let's inhale, return to the center. And exhale, send your twist to the opposite direction. So your left hand comes to your right knee, right hand comes to the earth behind you. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, suck your belly in and twist. Breathe. Good. Last exhale. And now come back to the center. And then exhale, release your hands again down by the sides. Nice clean biofield as we start to clean this area around us. Beautiful. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. And we're going to inhale, open the arms, breathe into the heart space. Exhale, close the arms, tuck the chin, breathe. So make kind of like a little square here with your body so that you can really open your shoulders and breathe into your chest. Inhale, open. And exhale, maybe take the arms in a different way. So the other arm goes underneath now and you breathe. Inhale. Open up nice and wide. Exhale, switch the arms. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful. Good. Right now we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of standing movement, but it's not going to be like where we're standing up completely. So we're coming into like a squat position first. And you're just going to move in your squat if you can. So some of us, it's not easy to do squat and you might have to use blocks. And what that looks like is just take your blocks and just put them underneath your feet so that this is a little easier for you, right? So then you can squat much easier with the blocks supporting you. Okay, I don't need the blocks, but I'll leave them there just to show you. And you can do this movement back and forth, just opening up through your body, maybe taking your arms forward, breathing. I'll go ahead and move them now. And just finding some movement to release through your low back if possible. And if this is not easy, again, you can even take block and put it underneath the butt. Same with the cushions. So just get creative with your support items and just moving here. So breathing into your squat, using elbows to send your knees away from you and to breathe and open. And just find a little bit of movement in your feet. Find a little bit of movement in general in this pose. And then we'll do a little bit of mobility by bringing our hands down to the floor and lifting the butt up to the sky, straightening the legs, dropping the head down. You can also use blocks here if you need, okay? So what's really wonderful about the support is that it's very helpful in opening our body. So if you have the blocks, you can always take the blocks and use them on whatever levels that you need. Breathe into your body here. Let's all take a little bit of forward fold. Maybe moving into a little bit of bent knee on each side, straight leg, bent knee, straight leg. So it's just opening up through your body. Good, and then we'll open back up into that squat, sitting right back down, coming right back down with prayer position or Anjali Mudra. Beautiful. So just taking a few breaths here. Try to reach up through your heart. So reach up through the top of your head is coming up towards the sky. Your heart is shining forward. Your elbows are pressing into your knees and you're breathing. Maybe there's a gentle smile on your face and you're just enjoying being alive, having the ability to move in your body, knowing that this actually helps with our digestion. So maybe your bathroom experience will be a little lighter today. Go a little smoother. Maybe making any noises to release if needed. And again, just switching back and forth in between those movements, opening up through your sides of your body a little bit by straightening and bending the legs, coming into your forward fold, breathing. I'm going to bring my hands onto the floor, but you can continue to use your blocks. Try to straighten up the backs of your legs and just breathe. I'll show you from this side as well. My feet are very open, hip width or more apart. And then I come down into my squat and I breathe. And then I come into my forward fold. And maybe I decide to do a little bit of movement as I'm here to just open up. This is a Cossack stretch. If you really want to do the full Cossack stretch, you can just stretch the legs straight. And you can go back and forth. It's much easier to do for me if I'm facing this way. But we're really not even doing like full Cossack. But the full Cossack is like when you really just come all the way down and stretch it out, which you can absolutely do that if you want. What we want right now is to just really stretch inside of those legs, inside of those hamstrings. Use your blocks and just play, you know, and then nothing aggravates me more than just being told what to do exactly in a yoga class. Like, this is your body, and I want you to think about what your body needs, not just listening to everything that I tell you to do. I also want you to play around a little bit and explore with the movements, explore with the supports of the blocks and the cushions, and explore what your body needs, what it craves. Let's go ahead and come into a dangling position. So in dangling, you might use your blocks. You might bend your knees a little bit, but try to keep your legs straight. You try to bring your head down. You try to maybe grab onto the elbows if you don't need the blocks. And if this is very difficult for you, you can even use a wall. You can just put your butt right up against the wall and use that for support. So we're just going to take some stretches here. Maybe swaying the body from side to side. Maybe bouncing your head towards the floor so you can really breathe into the backs of your legs. And then again, coming all the way back down into our squat. And then sit the butt down onto the floor and relax. And so for this next little bit, we are going to be on the floor. We're going to bring the knees into the chest. If you need any support for your low back, you can put a cushion underneath there. It might be nice actually even for me right now, so I might try a little flat cushion. And then I'm going to draw my knees into my chest, and I'm going to take knees to chest pose for a moment. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just going to rock my knees over to one side, rock my knees over to another side, and just massage my low back. Coming onto the ball of my head, relaxing my shoulders, and then letting those knees drop in. I'm going to remove the cushion so that I can feel my low back on the floor now. And also I want to show you how to use the strap. So if you have a strap or something similar like a belt, you can always bring it right over the knees and just sort of grabbing onto this on the sides and use it. And you can even put it in between. And if you don't have a strap and you have a hard time doing this, you can also just bring your hands to your knees, underneath your knees, and really try to keep your low back on the floor and your shoulders relaxed, but keep drawing your knees in towards your chest. So if interlacing the fingers over the knees is okay for you, we'll stay there. Just stay in the position that you feel very, very good. And let's take a few breaths here, just breathing into the spine, breathing into a nice long spine, relaxing the body as much as we can into the earth. We're going to do a little bit of leg pulling. So you'll just straighten your left leg as you draw your right knee into your chest. Keep your left leg extended. Keep your low back on the floor. Breathing in. And then as you exhale, send your right leg out. Inhale, left knee in. So it's switching as you switch from side to side. So I'll do that for 3, for 4, for 5. You can point your toes. 6 or 7 or 8. We can do this 2 more. 9. Make sure you're breathing and squeezing. And last one, squeeze, hold, breathe. Relax your shoulders, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe, point those toes. And switch. Last time, hold. And both knees into the chest. Relax your body. Take a few breaths here. Let's go ahead and lower the feet down onto the earth, and we're going to lift. Hands come down, palms face down onto the floor beside you. So push your heels down into the floor and squeeze your bum as you lift. Lift, 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 lift. You're squeezing, squeezing. So the thighs push in towards one another. You can even take one of these blocks and you can put it in between your thighs and squeeze them together so you can really feel that action there of keeping the thighs together and really encouraging your glutes to activate here. So we breathe, inhale and exhale. Let's do 3 more. And then go ahead and relax. Move the block if you have one in between your thighs. Just take a little break. Maybe moving into some windshield wipers so the knees can come over to each side one by one, just releasing the hips. But you can take any organic movement that feels good for you right now, so it can be whatever you like. And then let's go ahead and take our block. And you have several levels. You have the lowest level here, just like this. This is where I would start. So take your block to the lowest level, put it right underneath your low back. And then have your feet on the floor. Kind of move the block around, see where is it best supporting you. And then where you can just relax there, so we can feel some opening through the front here of the hip flexors as we breathe into this area. You might even take Yoni Mudra, which is connecting into a diamond shape the hands so that your index fingers touch and your thumbs touch, and they come right over the navel and point down towards the hips area and pelvic bone. And then we just breathe. This is one option, is to stay here. You can also extend your legs out in front of you if that feels good. I'm going to keep my feet on the floor. Most of the time, if you have the lower back pain, you'll need to keep your feet on the floor. This is going to be the better option for you. So just breathing here for the next few breaths and just let yourself rest. Let yourself open. Let yourself be present. You might breathe in for the 4 count and breathe out for an 8 count. So just let more out. Surrender the body more. Do your best to breathe into the sensations that you feel. be present with the sensation. Let's take one more deep breath here. And as you exhale, start to press the heels into the earth, lift the bum up, remove the block, and then gently return the bum back down to the earth. So again, you can just take any movement. I like to tap my booty onto the floor, or give it a little wiggle from side to side, things like this. And just taking a little bit of rebound, so maybe the feet come out to the sides of the mat as the knees come in to one another, and just rest on each other. So low back is still touching the floor and you're just resting here. Let's go ahead and gently flip over onto our back. So as you come onto your back, you can flip over just like this. I'm sorry, I meant to say onto your belly. So I'm going to do it the other way just so that I can have space for my feet. So we flip over onto the belly and we bring the hands face down right onto the earth. You can come down onto your chin. You can even use a block for the forehead and just look down towards the earth if that feels good. Maybe one of these flatter cushions could be good. So just to play around and see what is going to be the best support for you. And then we're going to bring our hands onto the floor, bring the feet together, and we're just taking a breath here. Maybe move the hips from side to side and just rest. Try to relax through your shoulders, relax through your body. Then we'll point the toes. And then we're going to get strong through the legs as we begin to reach the right foot up to the sky. So lift that leg, point that toe. Use your palms as support and breathe. Gently lower. Same thing other side. Inhale, lift. And gently lower. We're going to do this 5 times on each side. So 2. Lowering back down. Gently lifting other side. For 3. For 4. And last one. Wonderful. Now, of course, we're going to take both legs. So first, just take a breath. Maybe one more. Good. Taking both legs, bringing them together and lifting. And lowering. 4 more times. Two more. And last one. Good. You can release the body. Take a little wiggle. And this next thing that we're going to do is our cobra. So you'll bring your hands down in front of you, below your shoulders, and you'll press down, lifting up, pointing the toes back behind you, opening up through the shoulders. Sometimes I like to come onto the ball of my foot so that come onto the tippy toe of my foot, so I'm using my toes to really allow myself to push that hand into the earth and really, really press up and open up through my chest and my heart space. So we're going to do 5 times this lifting and lowering. So just inhale and exhale. You can also, I like to do this with my fingertips where I inhale and exhale. So we really want to try to get that nice stretch through the front of the hip flexors. Good. 2 more. And then you'll notice I'm really pushing if I'm using my fingertips to really come up, 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 up. And let's rest. Bring the palms together, and you can use them to support your head for a little pillow. Maybe rock the hips from side to just release. Take a nice breath. Let yourself just be present. You guys are doing really wonderful. I'm going to do a little bit of release now, going to each side. So you'll take your left hand and crawl it out over to the left, and then come onto your left shoulder. Start to roll your right foot so that it comes down onto the floor behind you. So not everyone is this going to be easy. You might just stay here and just roll onto your left shoulder. But for some of us, we'll be able to bring that right foot up and onto the floor and just use your right hand here, pressing it into the earth to push you and open up through your left shoulder. So I'll take a few breaths here. And roll back down onto your belly. Press the right hand over to the right side. Come onto the right shoulder. And again, lean onto that right shoulder and ear if you can. Bring your left foot onto the earth. Knee up to the sky. Use your left hand to really push you into the earth and open you up. Even more. Breathe. So now we might do a little bit more faster. Just try to really reach back and open, going back and forth. You might reach your top hand up and over and maybe try to grab the back hand and just open the chest. Breathe. Before you go to the other side, do the same thing. Yeah, it does not have to be on the floor. We're just trying to open up through the shoulders and the chest here. Good. We'll do one more on each side. Good. One last time. Let's roll over to the other side and just open up real quick. And coming back down onto the belly. This time we're going to come into our Sphinx pose. So you'll bring your elbows right below your shoulders. You'll extend your hands so that they're nice and flat, all 5 fingers. And then lift up. So we want to send those feet back And we want that this is nice and loose in the hip area. So if you're not feeling like it's nice and loose, sometimes we might need some support. Some of us, we might take a pillow, we might put it underneath the chest area to lift us up a little bit more there. And I don't usually need this, but this feels really good right now, so I'm actually going to leave it right there. And yeah, there's lots of ways to support this. If you feel like it's too much for you and you just want to maybe put your chin on a block, but I don't really like to do that because it takes away from lengthening and opening through the front of your chest and really getting some stretch through the upper torso. So when we feel that tightness in the low back, it's usually because we have tightness in the spine in general. So I'm just trying to help you to loosen up through all of the spine area today and loosen up through your hamstrings. And of course, every single time you come to my classes, it's always about opening your heart. So let's smile if that feels good for us. Little Buddha connection, inner Buddha connection here. Breathe into your heart space. I'm actually going to take this out now and just stay with my Sphinx and breathe. So from here, you can gently start to release back down. I want you to push your hands into the floor, curl your toes under, and start to send yourself to a child's pose, right? So the child's pose, you're going to come onto your fingertips. You're going to move your hips from side to side. You're going to let your head drop down, and you're just going to breathe into your shoulders and your low back. So sway the body from side to side, and you can be on the tops of your feet if that feels better for you right now, or on the tips of your toes. And let's begin to come to a supported child's pose. So maybe you're going to take a long cushion, something to support your head as well, and let yourself open your knees out to the corners of your mat so that you can come into the supported child's pose. A regular child's pose where we're just down on the earth like this, but once you support it in some way, and that could be with a cushion, it could be with a block for the forehead, and it could be with this long bolster. However you choose to support it, now we are now calling this a supported child's pose. And we'll just take some deep breaths to connect with a longer, slower breath. This is what really allows us to reset the nervous system and really regulate. Just breathing in, long, slow. Breathing out, even longer and even slower. Let's do 5 more deep breaths here. And you can gently start to lift your head up, coming back up. We'll come onto all fours. Hands are right below your shoulders, knees are right below your hips. We'll drop the belly down, roll the shoulders back, begin to arch the spine, coming into our cow position. Look up to the sky, maybe stick your tongue out. Breathe. And then taking it the opposite direction, curl the chin in towards the chest, breathe. Lift your spine up to the sky, push your hands into the earth. And then move back and forth, inhaling and exhaling in between these two positions of cat and cow. So we inhale to cow and exhale to cat. Moving slowly or quickly, whatever feels the best for you. You can begin to open these into a more freestyle type movement. Maybe move your hips. You can do figure eights, circles. You can begin to circle the shoulders, the torso, the neck, the head. I just want you to close your eyes, to feel into your body, to see what really feels the best for you right now. Good. And then we'll slowly take this into a downward facing dog. So you're just going to press your hands into the earth. Use the full base of your hands, so that L-shaped part of your hand. You're pushing it and all of your fingers into the floor. And then try to send your heels down one at a time. Send your hips up to the sky. Send your shoulders away from your ears and just breathe. So we keep trying to press into that upside down V shape and just breathe into the body. Maybe one heel down to the earth at a time to just really stretch. And then I want you to, again, like we did with the with the cat-cow, you're going to move your body in freestyle movement. So move your hips, your shoulders, your head in whatever ways you feel you need to right now. So there's no right or wrong. You can even do a little twerk if you want. Just really releasing through your body. And then we'll slowly start to come back down onto the floor. We're going to draw the knees into the chest as we come back down onto the earth. And then we're coming to our last couple of movements here. So just draw your knees into your chest. And I'd like for you to extend your arms out into a T shape. And then you can bring your feet back down onto the floor as you bring your hips over to the right side. And then we're just going to let the knees rest over to the left side. So try to keep your right shoulder down on the earth. You can maybe look over to your right palm. You can use a cushion for support in between your knees or underneath them, wherever you need. But we want to try to come into a twist. We want to try to feel that full expansion through the rib cage and through the armpit, the belly area, all of that. So just breathing here and really letting go. We're going to be here for just a few minutes. using the Ujjayi breath with tongue touching roof of mouth. You can hear your breath in your throat or just breathing. Let's do just one more breath here. And then we're going to be switching to the other side. So you'll gently start to remove your heels back down to the earth, bring your butt back down to the floor. So now the knees are facing up to the sky once again. And we're just going to pivot those hips over to the left now. Rock those knees down to the right. Keep that left shoulder on the floor as you look over to your left palm, maybe using cushion to support the posture. And breathing now into your left side. Maybe you look up to the ceiling, maybe you look to your palm. But we just breathe into the armpit, the rib cage. And now we'll gently start to come back out of the posture. And we'll start to just take some movement in the body so that you can begin to come to our final resting position. So just begin to move your body in whatever organic ways feel good to you right now. There are lots of different things that you could do. My suggestion is to do a little reclined shaking. So you'll just extend your arms and your legs up to the ceiling. And then from the hips and the shoulders, we try to shake the whole arm and the whole leg out. And you might even shake the head out. I always welcome sound and laughter and just having fun and really releasing through your body right now. Stick the tongue out, open the mouth, and really just relax now. So you're going to send your feet out in front of you, coming onto the heels. You can feel all that nice movement in your body, that tingling feeling. And just relax your feet down to the sides of your mat. Relax your hands down by the sides of your hips. And just let your body be nice and relaxed as you come to a final resting space to integrate our practice. So as you lay here in Shavasana, maybe just taking a deep breath in and out. Doing that 2 more times. Maybe taking a deep breath in and holding the breath. So breathe into your belly, your rib cage, your lungs, your head, and hold. And this is just an invitation. It's optional. But if you're holding this breath, you're going to release it whenever you're ready. So whenever you're ready, you'll release this breath along with the rest of your body and just let go. And we'll take our Shavasana. releasing control, releasing the breath, and just resting. As long as we feel comfortable here, as long as we can. So take your time, stay here as long as you like, and I will see you in the next session. A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I do hope that you continue to do this video over and over because these exercises will absolutely help you with your low back issues.